Today we will be learning how to change things on the back side of your new website. The first thing we will do is go through how to log in. You will go to your URL -wp admin, if I can spell it right. This will bring you to a login page where you will use your login that was provided to you via email. So here's your dashboard, and we will go through the side items here. I'll skip some that don't apply to your website, but I'll still talk about everything that your site has. One of the first things is if your site seems to be messing up or running slowly. See, right now we have all of these things that need to be updated. So what you could do is go here, select all update plugins. That's usually a great spot to troubleshoot. We have a process where we do this about once a week for all of our clients, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to take the time. But if you see that, that's where, or if you have any issues, that's where you can check. I don't believe you guys have any posts. This would be more if you had like a blog page set up. So if you wanted to start a page like that, you just go to add new, wait for it to load, and then here you go, and then go over here to publish. I'm not going to do that because you don't have any. Accordion Pro, it's going to seem a little bit out of order, but this is where your what we believe is located at. So you'll see the short code on your on the actual page, and that's where it's pulling from. So if you ever wanted to update that or add a new accordion, you can go here. Oh, here it is on here, sorry. And here is, it really formats kind of weird, but here's all of the sections. So if you needed to add a new section, you just go here to plus, add a new, delete all. You don't want to do that, but here's where all of these things are demonstrated on your page and why it looks so short. I guess the plus is for that, and there's all this information. And here's all of these options over here. I didn't change any of this. This must have been one of our styling guys. But so you can just go through here and make any changes you want to make. And if you have any more questions about that, feel free to ask. It's pretty simple once you start doing it. It took me a little while, but once you start to learn how, once you do it once, it just makes sense. It's kind of intuitive. Here's your media. This is where you will go. I mean, it looks like you've already learned how to do this because you've updated this 22 hours ago. But your sermons, pictures, anything like that, just go to add new and update that way. You'll find everything here. Your forms. So here's your contact form. So here's what yours looks like. And if you like, there are all sorts of fields you can put over here. So say now you want to have them, I don't know, add their address. So you can just drag that and drop it. And if you wanted to make any changes to it, you go here, and here's like, I don't want this line. I don't need their country. And so it'll just start shortening it up here. I'm going to take that away because we don't need it. But that's how you make changes. There are all sorts of changes here. Single line text, paragraph text, and then these more specific advanced fields. And you can change the format on all of these and if they're required or not. So it's like, you don't have to put your phone number, you just uncheck this there. If you want a different format, I don't know why you would for international, but there's that option. And that's how that looks. And again, once you make any changes, just make sure you click update, otherwise nothing will happen. here are all of your pages that you have on your site. We'll start with your home page. So all of your pages, so here's your slider at the top. They all have this visual and text. For this, it doesn't change because it is all, that's like a shortcode anyways. But so for here, here's your text option, your visual option. So if you want to make any changes, just type here. It works very similar to any other word processing, so like Microsoft Word or Google Docs or something like that. Here's your sermons and your links to the sermons. If you wanted to change what this button says, you can just change those words. And here is where this is at. So you can change it there, and then it'll keep the link here. So this is where it's going. So if you want to say just sermons or listen or something, change it that way. Upcoming events, here's your calendar. And that pretty much sums it up for the home page. And again, if you wanted to add another section, just add page section and put whatever you want to on it. You can change the color, the size of this. This looks, how we have it is how we think it looks the best. So obviously you don't necessarily need to change it, but if you wanted to do anything with that, just do it. And then you can come over here and preview your changes, and that'll pull up a page. I didn't make any changes, but that way you can see it without actually publishing it and getting rid of anything. So like I said, that would be where you could change learn more, or just change this button to say listen, or however you want it to be. And here's it's telling you there's nothing scheduled for this week. Okay. Nothing scheduled until the 2020. I'm sure we will change that. And then, if you want to continue with the changes, just go to inside page. Different than your home page. Do sermons. I know you know how to update your sermons. So this page is kind of blank because, well, it is blank on this side because it is all over here on sermons, this plugin, and you have learned how to do it. So I'll just go through again in case someone else is listening. Type your title, your date, service type. You don't have any, but I guess if you have like a Wednesday night service or some special event, you could change what that is here. The passage you're covering, your description, upload it here, and that is about all you need to do for that. I mean, if you had video or anything like that, but you guys don't have it, so it's just an audio file. And then you would go to publish, and that'll pull it over to your sermons page. Let's go look at another page. What to expect. So this is on the text, so let's go to what it looks like. And here's everything that is on your what to expect page. Your service times, how you dress, all that is here. Make any changes. Just ensure you do update that way. Your calendar, and here's where that is. That's the one that's on the main page. So if you had any changes to that, it would pull over there. See, here's your settings. Add in any events, calendar ID, and then update there. And that's what is on the main page where it said no upcoming events. That's pulling from this calendar. This is your theme. You don't need to change anything with that. So here is appearance, is where your headers and footers and your menu options are. I feel like I always lose track of where this widgets lives, but here it is. So let's go look at your, so that you have some visual. So up here it says your logo, and this is your navigation menu. So that's what's here, your image simple. Here, navigation menu, and we have it selected to your main menu, not the social menu, and that is why it's up there, because that's on your header. And in your footer, here is your Google Map. So this part, which is on every page, your Google Map, and this text here, and that's here. So if you wanted to change anything, add a location, or change what is being shown there or typed here, you will find those changes there. And on these, this is a little bit different. When you actually do something, you'll save it on each item. So you'll save here instead of saving somewhere on this main page. You'll save in these individual options. But you can add anything you want to that. So let's go look at your menus so you can see the difference. So your social menu, this is so that we can have your Facebook link. But the other drop-down menu is here. It's pretty easy to navigate. If you wanted to move servants under service times for some reason, you would do it that way. And you can switch these around. You can add a new item. This is already on there, but we'll just add it so we can demonstrate. So now it's here, and you want it under your calendar or under your contact. You just drag it around. It's pretty easy. Save menu, which I won't do because I don't want to save those changes. Again, plugins we went through, but if you wanted to add any plugins yourself, you can search them here. These are the ones you have active on your page, and that's what we're using. I don't know which ones you might decide to add, but there are lots of options if you ever needed or came across that. So you wanted to add someone else as a new user. So here's Everett, here's us. You just type in a username, an email, and then you'll go here for the password, and that's where your password will be. You can change your password by just, so whoever this was, so I mean obviously that's a weak one, but you would just keep it there, and then right here you would do, whenever you finish these other required, you'd push, so this is saying, are you sure you want to use a weak password, which obviously try to make yours stronger, but add new user there, and then that way your password will be that instead of all of those numbers. So if you wanted to change any of those on your current admin login, you can do it that way. Don't want to save changes. So that's what I was saying here, if you wanted to change this password. Where are we at, password? Right here you'd go to generate password, and then you could change it, and then update user there. I'm not going to do that, so nothing happens. But that's where those are at. These are just general settings if you needed for some reason to change where your forms were going or anything. If you had someone else who took over this website responsibility, you could change theirs here. Their new person subscriber, if you want to change your time zone, here's that. I don't think you'll do that because you're not going to be moving physical locations time zone wise. So then we will go to slider revolution. So this is a bit more complicated, and if you were to need more information on this, if you'll just email me and I will get that, we will help you get that figured out. But this is just, so here's this is your slide, this is the background image. So if you wanted to change this background image or something, you go to this media library, but there's some other editing that's on this, such as like, looks like maybe a gold or a color overlay. We have that on there. There's just some other changes, and here's the text. This is what you might be changing more. So the text is in white, so it's kind of hard to see, but you'll see it up here. So if you wanted to change how your slogan here, you can do it that way. There's your little logo. So that's how you can change what's in this. And then if you do make a change to this, then you will go here and click this saved slide. I'm not going to do that. And again, if you want to do any other sliders or change this slider, just let us know and we can get you more information on that. Here's Google Maps. I skipped over this word fence. That's our security, like our firewall and all this. You don't need to do anything with that. That's where we make sure everything is up and running and no one's hacking into your stuff. So here's your Google Maps plugin. How to use. Here's where you will add a location if you wanted to. If you guys had another church or something, you would type it in here. Google will sometimes, it'll prompt you and then it will fill in this latitude and longitude based on how it prompts you. So here's already the location you have. So here's your church. If you even just change your address, just go to edit. We moved somewhere else, and then we'll update all of that and how that's looking. And so here's the map you have in your footer. It's just this Cornerstone. That's the title. We don't have the title being shown, but we change all these so that it doesn't get too crazy in here. So see how sometimes without some of these options disabled, if you scroll through here, you'll get trapped in this this map, and you will be zooming in and out and you're trapped and you can't escape, and that's annoying. So we have disabled that here. So, well, we haven't. Interesting. Somehow you're not getting trapped in there, so that's nice. If you guys had a different marker you wanted to choose, you can go to choose new marker, or here's all their icons they have. If you wanted to do any of these, you can change it to that. There's tons of options. So you could have this microscope. That doesn't make sense, but you see, like, there's endless options. So you could change it that way, personalize it however you guys want it. And then again, just save your map. And that pretty much does it for your site. I will add times to the bottom, but again, like, that just shows you how to make these changes. And maybe one thing else on pages, if you need to change the name of the actual page, and I know, Everett, you said you've made these before, but you will go here, what we believe, and just change that. And then when you update it, that will update, like, this menu option automatically, so that you don't, like, you don't have to go change the menu as well. But that does it. Thank you so much.